Again, back to E3, that guy, because it's just E3 being canceled is not the full story.
No. There's more to us, Willie.
Because I mentioned that Ubisoft pulled out not too long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and the reason why is because Jeff Keighley, Mountain Dew and Dorito Man, swiped Ubisoft. They're going to be in his Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. That man pulled a freaking Godfather movie.
I want to officially issue an apology to Jeff Keighley for all the Doritos and Mountain Dew jokes I've ever made. And I'm going to install him now. What Pat Riley is to the Miami Heat, Jeff Keighley is to video games.
What chain?
Yeah, what chain?
Yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by DigitalCrackNetwork.com. I'm your host, Pressure305. With me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
It's Friday. You know what has to be done. Play it!
It's 8 o'clock and we're ready to rock.
I love that little jingle. That's my thing. We've been doing this jingle thingy for like what, 2-3 years already?
I don't know how long Friday. But you owe me another one, and it's on my headline. Do it.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
Okay, look, I do apologize about that day. Okay, that day things happened. I wasn't thinking, and I forgot the Whopper button, dude.
I know. Sorry. I saw it on the news. Don't worry. The bus is okay.
I'm sorry. But yeah, guys, today's Friday. Things are gonna happen, and let's get to it because most importantly. This is going to be a doozy, and we called it. E3 has been canceled, and I'm not even shocked anymore. I'm surprised that they try to keep on going. First of all, since the whole thing with the pandemic, we're like, okay, we know why, fine. After the whole pandemic, what was the excuse? But there's so much going on with E3 being canceled, ladies and gentlemen, that we need to talk about it right now. Willie, talk to us. Why, first of all, this happened? The whole thing with E3 being canceled.
Right. First, we have to go and we have to say the deets first.
Yes.
Okay. A year ago, E3 said they were back. They had stopped because of the human malware, and that they were going to put things on pause. There were going to be things done digitally. But last year they said, no, don't worry. E3 is coming back, and it's coming back for 2023. It's going to come back strong.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
And everybody pulled out. And so they decided, you know what? Let's not do this. Truthfully, this has been happening for years. I'm going to keep saying it because he was right. Agent Joe did call it.
He did.
He did say that E3 as an event had his days numbered. I disagreed with him mainly because I thought that the whole concept of networking and execs, seeing other execs and making backroom deals and, trying to wine and dine the press was going to be a thing that they wanted to get rid of. They didn't want to get rid of it. The problem is that people's focus started to change. Nintendo was the trailblazer here.
Yeah.
Much crap as they talk about Nintendo, as much crap as they talk about Nintendo when they do stupid stuff, I call out when they're in the right. They were the ones that first decided, you know what? No, we're going to have our own event. And their events became a big deal when they did them digitally. And Microsoft soon followed by, so actually Sony was first, then Microsoft. Once the big three publishers were off the table, it was only a matter of time. EA left, Ubisoft left, Sega left. Yeah. Truthfully, if they would have had E3 this year and it was open to the public, that was something else that they did to try to reinvigorate, because before it was a press-only event. They did mess around with, okay, for one day we'll let the public join, but this is going to be an all-time public thing.
Yeah.
If they would have gone, there would have been only 2 people there.
Yeah, it would have been what? Just indie games only. It
would have been Konami.
Okay.
And it would have been whatever.
One eternity later.
I can't even find the word to say what I want to say. The people, the individuals who actually made the game, Crime Boss, Rockay City. I did not know this thing existed, and now that I know it exists, I don't know what to do with my life. I may actually stop playing video games altogether because someone please explain this game to me.
I don't even know it. I don't even know how to explain that game. The only thing I can tell you right now that game does not belong anywhere near here. And I still blame that game for E3. That game is the worst, dude. God,
that game didn't cause the cancellation of E3. That game caused the cancellation of my brain. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to explain this to you. I sent the link to Punisher so he can put it up. I'm going to explain it to you. Imagine you're playing GTA. Only you are Michael Madsen. And you're in a city where you have to fight you're a crime dude or whatever. The sheriff is Chuck Norris. You're going to come across Michael Rooker, Machete, Danny Glover, Kim Basinger, and for some reason, Vanilla Ice. I didn't say the word.
Yeah, no.
And his character's name is Yellow, as in ice in Spanish, not the color.
Yes.
Why does I saw this game?
I'm still baffled at that whole thing, dude.
I saw this game, and I immediately boot looped. I had the Windows 95 blue screen of death on my face. I know for a fact that game would have been an E3.
Dude, I'm putting it full screen because everyone needs to see this picture. This picture right here, you would have thought this game was going to be phenomenal and everything. But then it just had this whole weird look. Vanilla Ice is right here. Danny Glover, Machete, Chuck freaking Norris. Look, the trailer to this game alone, it is everything and nothing and all at once. And you know that's true, Willie.
No. I mean, I don't even know where to go with this.
I don't know either. All I can tell you right now that how do I explain myself? First of all, how do I explain myself that this game is a thing and it's not to blame for what happened? Because, dude, that game is bad. That game is bad.
We were talking about E3. I'm just saying that if E3 would have happened, those people would have been there.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. But
look at it. Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is GTA Hollywood.
It is.
That's Michael Madsen, ladies and gentlemen. That's Michael Madsen. Reservoir Dogs.
Christ.
That's Michael Madsen.
And
that's
look at Chuck Norris lifting a car
and has a sword because cavalry.
But, Jesus, dude, there's so much going on in here. It freaks me out. I don't know how to take this, Willie. I really don't. This game has so much. It has everything, but nothing. And then you're freaking out when you're looking at this.
No, it's a horrible game. Like listening to the voices, listening to what they're actually saying during the game. Okay. It's memes the video game.
Yeah.
At one point,
this
someone
is
actually says, like, "Say hello to my little friend." Chuck Norris is doing push-ups and he's moving the ground.
Yeah.
And at one point he goes to one-arm push-up to grab a basketball and throw it into space because Chuck Norris jokes.
I'm gonna fast forward to that because that right here, that's right there. Look, push up, boom. The whole world shakes.
Oh my God!
Dude, this is meme the video game. It is. Now here goes one push-up. Throw the ball. It's into space. It hits a freaking satellite dish, dude.
He's an Avenger. He needs to be in the MCU. What's his character name? Of Chuck Norris. His character is Chuck Norris. He's an Omega
Slam.
Yeah, and he makes the basket. He's an Omega level mutant, and he's the starting point guard for the Miami Heat.
Dude,
again, back to E3. That guy, because it's just E3 being canceled is not the full story.
No. There's more to it.
Because I mentioned that Ubisoft pulled out not too long ago.
Yeah.
Okay, And the reason why is because Jeff Keighley, Mountain Dew and Dorito Man,
Yes.
swiped Ubisoft. They're going to be in his Summer Games Fest.
Yeah. That man
And
pulled a freaking Godfather movie.
I want to officially issue an apology to Jeff Keighley for all the Doritos and Mountain Dew jokes I've ever made. And I'm going to install him now. What Pat Riley is to the Miami Heat, Jeff Keighley is to video games.
What chain?
Yeah, what chain?
Yes.
He has a ring. I'm sure he does. It probably has the Summer Game Fest logo on it, if not the Video Game Award.
I'm sure that we have to kiss that thing because
I'm not going to kiss a damn thing. I guess I'm not going to be in video games no more. I ain't kissing nothing. But
that guy.
I respect the game though. Okay, Jeff Keighley has turned Summer Game Fest into what E3 used to be.
Yeah, I give him
and you know I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
At least, yeah. But dude, it is what it is, man. Look, if Jeff Keighley is doing what E3 was, I'm okay with that. Bring all the games. We want to see the games. We don't want to see no shows or nothing. Just give me the games. We want to see all the presentations. We want to see all the cool games that are going to be coming out freaking this year or next year, whatever the case is. We want to see the consoles. We want to see all those good things. Jeff, if you're listening, which I'm not even sure if you are, I hope so. Keep doing what you're doing, dude. Just make it better every year, like you always do. You always improve something every year. Eventually,
he hasn't messed up yet.
No, and that's the thing. But now my question is going to be for the audience, guys. What do you think about this whole situation about E3 being canceled, but being taken over by Summer's Game Fest? Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Let's have a conversation about this. And on to Square Enix, because it looks like they're something happened. What is this? Final Fantasy, what number now? 14?
That's 16.
16, 15, whatever. So Final Fantasy 16 has now gone gold. Willie, that means to me, from what you explained to me, that's it. The game is top notch all the way through, 10 out of 10. Is that correct?
Okay. They made the announcement over Twitter saying that the game has gone gold. When a game goes gold, it means all development for the game is done. That is going to be the final game, barring any patches, day one patches and stuff. The game final code is done.
Okay.
So it's going to meet its release window, which is June 22nd. This is a big deal only because when Final Fantasy 15 was about to be released, they had delayed it a couple of times, and Final Fantasy fans lost their minds.
Pretty sure.
Because how dare you delay the game that I want to play? This game seems to have had a better development window. For crying out loud, Final Fantasy 15 was like, what, 13 years in development?
It's been 84 years.
Give or take, yeah.
It have actually started as Final Fantasy 11 Versus, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 11, no, Final Fantasy 13 Versus, sorry.
I know, one of those things, yeah.
It was one of those things. But fine. I fell off the Final Fantasy bandwagon a while ago. I did play 15. It was a good game. I do miss the old turn-based RPGs. That's just me. I know it's a me thing, but I'm old school. But still, these games have been fun lately. Final Fantasy 14 is actually a very good MMO. I can't afford to be paying for 2 MMOs at once, so I'm not paying for Final Fantasy 14. But I have a soft spot in my heart for the Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 4 and or 6, depending on what time you ask me, is my favorite RPG of all time.
Well, let's see what happens now. This game is going to be pushed out on June 22nd, so I'm curious to see why is it gone gold. You know what I'm saying? I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Gone gold just means that development's done. That means that they're ready to launch it. They're just going to wait for the June 22nd to just lay it out. That's so that people know there's not going to be any delays. It's gone gold. We're good.
Okay, cool. That's pretty interesting. But now there's something above that is a little interesting, Willie, and it's the fact that Xbox Game Pass Friends and Family is available in New Zealand, but not in the US. What? I mean, why are they doing? Is this like a beta thing they're testing out? But I thought they had Friends and Family available for Game Pass already. Didn't you have that before, or was that something else?
No. Game Pass was just its own thing, and they had a Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. The difference being Game Pass, you have all these games that you can play on your Xbox One or Xbox Series console. A Game Pass Ultimate added PC gaming, but it looks like Microsoft is Xbox in general, in particular, is testing out a new package, a new bundle, but only in New Zealand. It had originally been reported that it was available here.
Well, yeah, it says here there was an update about that, an earlier version of the article, though, but that it was available here, but that was updated
Games
for the
Radar,
version of the article follows. Yeah,
Games Radar had originally reported that it was available here, but they updated it and said that it was only available in New Zealand, and it's available in New Zealand for 40 New Zealand dollars, which, if you do the conversion, is 25 USD.
Oh, okay.
So you get everything that Game Pass has to offer, not Ultimate. Everything that Game Pass has to offer, and you can share it with 4 other people. Okay. Now, I know your house is not an Xbox. Your house is not an Xbox house.
Nah.
But were it to be, how do you feel about the value that you can have?
That's not
5
bad.
people
for $25 and you can have the family in there. That's not bad. You cannot go wrong at all.
You cannot. I pay $15 a month for Game Pass Ultimate, and I have an issue where I can't play same time as my nephew because I have him on my account, but he uses my login. So when he plays Minecraft, I can't play.
Got it.
So when he plays on Game Pass, I can't play. Having a family option means I can add him, and I can add my son.
Yeah.
And I have 2 other people I can add
easily.
And I'm only paying $10 more from Game Pass Ultimate. I may miss out on that's another thing. This is not talking about how much the upcharge would be for Ultimate. Or if Game Pass,
I still think it's still cheaper though.
Or if Game Pass Friends and Family includes Ultimate, it doesn't say.
No, but even think about it. Let's say right now, you're not doing just the family, like internal family. Let's say you're trying to do like outside family, like a cousin, a niece or nephew, like how you're saying, but they're not in the same house. Imagine if they were to say, "Hey, Theo or Uncle, whatever, hey, can I play Xbox?" You're like, "Yeah, fine, but remember, I gotta pay this much." Ain't no problem. I'll give you $5 to $10 every month to help you with the bill.
Doesn't even matter.
I'm willing. It'll be light, dude. It's cheap though.
For $25, I'm willing to absorb the extra $10 a month, so that my son and my daughter have access to the games.
That's not bad.
Considering the amount of games that are on there, not just for the console, but for PC, I haven't done this in a while. Let me go and check to see how many games are on here for Game Pass Ultimate. Because at any time, there could be 100 games on there. And mind you, you're getting Xbox first-party titles. So all the Halos, all the Forzas, all the Gears of War. They have a deal with EA, so you play the FIFAs and the Maddens and Burnout Paradise, which is the best game, and I don't care what anybody else says. And you have a lot of third-party games. Just looking through here right now. Ni no Kuni 2, Civilization 6, Guilty Gear Strive, F122. These are newer games. Hot Wheels Unleashed, which, I like me some Hot Wheels games.
Oh, yeah.
Atomic Heart, Darkest Dungeon.
Game. All right.
Yeah. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. For some reason, those games are so freaking expensive. Anyway, these are games that anybody can play.
Yeah.
And I give my daughter and my son, and I give my daughter and my son access to this, and I have one person left over. So if you're nice to me, I'll let you play. I'm talking to you.
Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
I'm not your daddy. I'm your uncle.
I didn't say daddy. So don't you ever say that to me.
You said father.
I say father because that's a respectful
father
term.
and daddy. Father and daddy. What? I opened the Xbox app and I opened the Xbox app and it gives me this little factoid. Bet you didn't know. Carrie Fisher, yes, Princess Leia, voice parts of Dishonored.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
That's pretty
Dishonored's a good
interesting.
game,
It's pretty cool.
and it's on Game Pass.
All right.
But you
Now,
said
Willie.
father. I twisted it to daddy because I am Uncle Willie.
Well,
That's
okay,
who I am.
fine. That's you. But ladies and gentlemen, it's on the record, it's recorded here. I said father respectfully. He wanted me to call him daddy. That's not gonna
I
happen.
did not want him to call me
Push your
daddy. I
upper button,
wanted
son,
him
because that's not gonna
to
happen.
call me uncle because I am Uncle Willie.
Okay, fine. I'll keep the uncle. I'll keep the uncle. Not pervy uncle.
I am the
uncle.
I am the father of two, and I can be the daddy to one lucky woman.
Man,
or unlucky,
okay,
depending
look,
on how you see it.
Look. We'll keep it that way to whoever it is. But let's keep going, dude. Like right now, we have some updated news on Jonathan Majors, which is yesterday's news, but still updated news for him, that Jonathan Majors denies assault charges, shared his girlfriend's text messages just to prove his innocence. And I'm gonna be honest, I hope that's it's a continuing good thing, because I'm not sure where this is going. This is looking pretty interesting at the fact that even Disney or Marvel Studios is kind of like hesitant right now. They don't got the full deets yet about what's the future and stored for Jonathan Majors for all these movies that we have him in. But right now he's on a thin piece of ice, and he's doing everything possible just to know of his innocence. Again, we don't know too much what's going on until court and all that thing is going to be happening. But right now he's just throwing it all in there, Willie. What do you think?
As always, details first.
Yes.
He was arrested. It was the 25th, I believe, and charged basically with domestic violence, domestic assault. He has maintained his innocence, and evidently in his latest attempt to prove himself innocent in the court of public opinion, he's released text messages showing that he's innocent, where he's basically saying that showing that she was the instigator. And I find it very disturbing that a person's entire life can be upended because of something that is beyond their control. Whether if he did this, it needs to be proven in a court of law, and he needs to be found guilty. Remember, in the United States, we are innocent until proven guilty. Indeed. But in the court of public opinion, the moment that you sneeze and 1/18 of your nose wasn't on the napkin, you are a disgusting human being and you need to be destroyed. The fact that Marvel Studios is weighing its options with him because of this means that if it turns out that he is not, he did not do anything and he was perfectly fine, he's still going to have that stain, and he's going to have that doubt, not just with the court of public opinion, but with anybody who wants to work with him.
No, indeed. But look, like right now, there's some things coming out here. Like right now, for instance, up here, it says Mr. Major completely denies assaulting the woman around 11 a.m. on March 25th, 2023. Jonathan Majors called 911 out of concern for the woman's mental health. So there's a lot going on here, folks. And honestly, again, we're not nobody to say who's guilty or not. We just have to wait for more of the facts of what's going on here. We're not like everybody else there.
So we can cover everything as far as the details. He released a text message where it shows that she's showing concern for him. And I'm going to quote the text message, and it's not evidence, but it's in the public record. Quote, "Please let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did, and I'm sorry you're in this position. We'll make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. I only just got out of the hospital. Just call me when you're out." And there's more to it than that. It's, text showing that she did not want this, that it had to be done. And it was mentioned when they first arrested him that it was done out of protocol, not because there was proof that he did anything wrong.
And you know what? And that is actually true, because out of protocol, sometimes they'll look at domestic abuse and stuff like that, And what they're first going to do is technically remove the man from the house and investigate what's going on within the house, car, the location. They'll talk to the person, with the lacerations and whatnot, just to see what's going on. And then they're going to determine what's what. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But again, we're not in the laws or nothing like that. We just have to wait till the court happens and see what happens to Mr. Majors and during this whole time.
I always say it. Innocent to proven guilty. We always have to wait till the actual facts come out and this thing goes to court where it's supposed to, for us to make decisions. If he did do this, it looks bad on him, extremely bad. If he didn't, I hope that the stain gets off him. Crap. Listen. Mel Gibson was a piece of crap to a police officer, and an anti-Semitic piece of crap at that, and he still has a career.
Yeah, but
that's not a matter of accused. It was proven that he was.
Yeah, but you know what they're gonna do, just to like kind of clear his name? They'll probably make a skit, maybe something funny out of it, just to be like, look, it happened, but he's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna do some sort of skit just to make fun of it. Like, hey, look, something happened, but it never happened. Yeah, ha ha ha.
It's gonna be on SNL, and it's gonna be if it works out the way that these texts sound like, there's gonna be a skit on SNL where he's talking, and then Keenan is gonna try to go and take the microphone from him and accidentally hit him, and Keenan goes halfway across because let's face it, this man is jacked.
Dude, he is. He's scary jacked. But again, we're just gonna have to wait to see what happens, and I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen. Like I'm actually invested in knowing more about this now. But same. Willie, we have to talk because it looks like summer's around the corner and the blockbusters are coming slowly. And the fact that box office previews for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie takes on John Wick 4, and I'm gotta say this because there's a lot of people talking. They're saying that this movie is pretty hot. And I'm not saying this just to egg on the movie, but there's a lot of people that went to private screenings for Dungeons and Dragons, and they're saying that it's a really good movie. And I'm like, okay, I'll take your word for it. I still have that fear about what happened with Marlon Wayans in the other movie, but I'm not going to bring it up.
That movie,
we have
we'll get to that.
No. But the thing is that we have two heavy hitters right now battling this weekend right now, and it's Dungeons and Dragons and John Wick 4. Even though John Wick came out last week,
of course.
As we discussed on Monday, John Wick had a very good opening weekend. It made $73 million domestically, which was far and away the biggest movie of the weekend. To the point where now Lionsgate is saying, "Oh yeah. I know that we said that John Wick 4 was the last one, but no, we're making John Wick 5." It was planned before. I had said it was planned to make a John Wick 5 back when John Wick 3 premiered. But they had said maybe we should let it go. Well, it's back on the table, and so now John Wick is facing its second weekend against a Dungeons and Dragons movie that the people who know about Dungeons and Dragons are skeptical of. The people who remember the Damon Wayans movie. No, it was Martin. That's not Damon. The Martin Wayans movie are really afraid of, and that the general public doesn't really know about. How much propaganda have you seen? How much advertising have you seen for this movie?
dude. About Dungeons and Dragons, I've heard it around everywhere. I heard it on YouTube. I've seen it on TV commercials. I've seen it I've seen it almost a lot of places. No lie. Now, what concerns me is the fact that that's been, we've been seeing these commercials, but I have not seen a lot for John Wick 4. And if I have, it's almost slim to none. That's how minimal I've seen. And now for this whole thing with Dungeons and Dragons, I'm actually interested. There's a lot of people I know, again, that I know that they play Dungeons and Dragons on the weekends and they do little tournaments and stuff like that.
Me.
And of course you. But that actually went to see this movie at a private screening, and they've said it that this movie was actually pretty freaking good. And if you don't know the game and haven't played it, it's going to come out to be a benefit for you too, because you're going to have fun with this movie. It's a very action adventure fun movie, which I was like, okay, I could dig with that. That sounds pretty cool. And I'm
It's a
down with it.
fantasy.
And with Iron Dragons and stuff like that. All right, let's do it.
For those who know Dungeons and Dragons, the movie is literally Dungeons and Dragons.
Dragons.
For those who don't know about it or have only tangentially heard of it, it's a fantasy adventure game. It has Chris Pine, it has Michelle Rodriguez, it has Roger Jean Paul, and it has Justice Smith. So there's name actors, and the early reviews have been really positive. I hope this is one of those movies that gets positive feedback and people, like through word of mouth, get more people to go see it, because good movies need to be seen.
Look, Joe Manganiello, I hope I'm saying his last name right, the Italian actor.
Joe
Manganiello, there we go. He's a big D&D fan. He has a whole living room set for this. If that man goes to see that movie and he says, go watch it, I'll take his word for it.
Listen, it doesn't have to be that. I mean, it doesn't have to be that deep.
I'm just saying.
I don't need a D&D nerd to come over there and start talking, because then you're going to hear some nerdy crap. I don't need to be hearing people say, well, no, because, see, they removed THACO years ago, and if they were using third edition rule, I don't want to hear it. Okay, is it a fun movie? It doesn't have to. The lore does not have to be accurate all the time. Captain America did not die after Civil War, and people still love the MCU. It doesn't have to be accurate to the source.
No. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it like that, because I'm kind of curious to know what our audience are gonna think when they go see it, and if they go see it, or if they saw John Wick 4. Guys, please let us know what are your thoughts about this movie down below. We would love to know your thoughts. Well, no spoilers, of course. What will you prefer? Dungeons and Dragons, John Wick 4. Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts.
The
Let's have a
answer
conversation about this.
The answer is Creed 3, which, by the way, is now
movie.
available on streaming, and that's going to be interesting to see
movie.
the box office.
That's, you know what, for sure, Monday we're gonna see how it does in the box office, dude.
And
I'm done. I'm ready for that.
And I am going over the weekend. I'm going to watch Tetris.
Yes, do it. I need to know what you think, bro.
Because I know the story behind Tetris. I already know that they're turning the story of Tetris into a James Bond movie, which I don't like, because, I mean, you never saw the story of Tetris, right?
The actual story, no. But I know the gist of it. I know the whole thing what happened in Russia and whatnot.
All I can tell you is it involves the Soviet government.
Yes.
Including Mikhail Gorbachev. He actually factors into the story of Tetris.
This is amazing.
And Nintendo trying to fight for the rights over a British company that's owned by a guy who mysteriously died in a boating accident. Like, that story in and of itself is a movie.
Oh no.
But they're gonna start adding James Bond stuff into it. It's gonna irritate me.
I'm pretty sure. But Willie, I can't wait to hear more about this on Monday. But I have to say this, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today on this amazing show. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just so when we come up with amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Willie, any last words?
If anything I said offended you in any way, I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
Nice. Good. Classy. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on Monday. Peace.
Bye.